Guys, starting from this series onwards, the winners will be moving to the playoffs. So you're going to be seeing them next week try to vie for those master slots. And ONIC right now, they have been vying for all the attention in the world. It's been quite a work over the past few months. But this is now ONIC Unleashed, and ONIC as that Indonesian first seed in prime position to try and carry that nation. NC Slasher though getting on the board after Monyet gets traded. Good NC though from the side of ONIC. Even better fight for Elmi Moore, the headshot machine of Indonesia, at it yet again. And
in this case, we'll see if that will come true. They win the opening pistol, so the first step in the right direction of that, but it'll be a long trail to get to that end. They take the B side and Gaimin Gladiators all the way towards the A side, who kind of went for a stack and now pushing out towards mid. We're gonna have a complete brawl here towards B main.
Spike planted.
Yeah, it never hurts to gamble on an eco state anyway. Full eco here for Gaimin, and now they're just game on and going for that B main push. Interesting enough, now Neff perhaps an off angle there from CET with Yoru. Elmi Moore keeping an eye out. Not already broken. Elmi Moore still flicking for the shots, hitting two before getting taken on down there by Frey. But it's ONIC still holding the lines as close as possible with the Spectres. And Gaimin Gladiators, they're just getting torn asunder as soon as they move on in. NC Slasher Monyet holding hands inside the smoke. Get that takedown. Shorty surprise out of nowhere. Helping them out yet again. This time, they're that first seed. This time, they're really at the top of the group. And this is going to be the best form ONIC G has ever been. But Gaimin Gladiators, let's not count out this squad whatsoever because they have the guns and they are ready to defend. Styron getting the spot onto one. Monyeto's seen here by Styron. Danger close. Frey on the board. A 2-for-2 trade. But in the end, ONIC now heading towards the side. Oh, the glance there from NC Slasher. Elmi Moore with a takedown. And since it's Elmi Moore with the kill, NC Slasher still gets away with one more kill. Neff though. Oh, he tried to go after setting up the crossfire. But with your defenses falling apart immediately just to those smokes, it does become problematic because ONIC is able to do the same thing that has worked over and over and over again. And the handful of rounds that they have has just mostly been from this retake. And case in point, the evidence looks pretty clear. But Styron ready to just smirch stats quickly. Severin though, getting the justice system on board.
Planted.
At least that flash into the takedown also. The rest of ONIC now finding ways to audition for these kills. Simply puts, Gaimin now trying to make it back towards the side, but ONIC, any time, just have the angle of opportunity. They are able to seize it anyway with their peaks. A difficult scenario right now here for Gaimin. Can they actually go towards the side? DC trying to go for more, but Shiro's the one who gets all of them.
They're playing
ONIC
really
now.
slow, and they're good with anticipating a lot of the opposing pushes, but if Gaimin Gladiators can still make it work, then it will work wonders for them, I think, in the end. They have this kind of one-way hold here towards A main, but it's not going to last too long, so what's the next step after this? Yes, they delay them for the meantime, but there has to be a second part to this exact idea. They one-way smoke it once more, which is going to buy more time, going to allow him to reset his smokes and regenerate it, but maybe they can have some sort of a stack here. Have Arten towards that, well, really wide position and have someone else cover from A main, have some sort of crossfire to double peek after, because ONIC, they're going to come at this heavy-handed, and that flash is going to force Arten away. They can re-smoke this. They pop the null command arguably a bit too early, but it does send ONIC running the other way, and with that information, Gaimin Gladiators can know to reinforce the B site.
No, I'm fine with that null command. It's just don't go this way. But then the double back is what ONIC loves to do. Suddenly, guys, maybe we can go at it again. Now the null command is gone. And for ONIC, it's not really the matter of slow or fast, I feel. It's a matter of when they immediately change that pace. Their entries have been so hard hitting that it stuns Gaimin Gladiators to an absolute degree. Paranoid though being thrown. There we have the Nightfall. Arthur trying to go for the hole, but look at that one yet again. Just lead the charge here for the side of ONIC. Does he find the angle? Arthur and DC. You get the takedowns though. It seems like Gaimin Gladiators able to hold the line this time. The double fake, double back doesn't matter here for Gaimin Gladiators because they will still hold and defend a side together. Elmi Moore now the only one left. This time Gaimin finally getting on the board. And it all started with the
for some reason, I don't know why everything crashed the way it was, but what I was saying was, well, they double back and they run to their own demise with the time really ticking very low. That null command really, I guess, paid dividends in the end. But Styron here fending him off, only able to get one. Shiro's able to get the trade out immediately, but on the back of the side, there's two players waiting. It's going to be Neff and Artin as well. Neff goes down. Artin will follow suit. ONIC, NC, Slasher, and Severine finding everything going their way. Frey, the last one alive. But to his dismay, he goes down. But they're bringing that same fortune, it seems, that same success potentially into this stage, and it's going to work out well for them. But the beat stack here from the Gaimin Gladiators could be the right call, but ONIC fended off and rather dissuaded initially by that 0 point, but they're looking to double dip as they like to do here, Dex.
Look, ONIC is just the team that Indonesia has promised for a year now. They're finally at that level. They're finally at that stage of growth. And truth be told, they're finally in a proper position in the bracketing because them being the first seed compared to, well, all the issues that occurred to ONIC being that third seed instead. But anyway, ONIC, they're trying to prove yet again that they are a powerhouse here in the SEA, in the APAC scene. And Elmibor, of course, you know his name, you know his claim to fame. This does not disappoint whatsoever. Gaimin, they're on an eco state right now. And since we do have that time, I feel like for Gaimin, this isn't really the best indicator of their level of play right now. Definitely. I look at this roster and I look at this composition and I think it's just so far hasn't really worked out with this Yoru that they're trying to enable, because they showed so much more success with something like the Jet last time around when they played against, I believe, Griffin. And let's not forget, Gaimin Gladiators is the squad that was able to take Paper Rex down and tell them, hey, still respect the local scene. There's still people who can actually slay you as much as possible. And one of the problems here, as DZ does get a nice shot, but Shiro and Severin wrap up the round. Then I think one of the problems clear-cut as you'd expect here for Gaimin, and that's been a little problematic in this map itself, because we're not getting the right impact from the right players, because the system itself isn't working the way they want to.
We've been seeing this throughout this entire stage so far, both in the play-ins and the groups, where teams now, it's okay to try and innovate, right? And try new experimental things.
Wait. Are you talking about Team Secret?
No one specific. Just teams in general, okay? I actually like when they pulled out the breach in general, but yes. Moving on from that, I just think there comes a point where you will kind of back yourself in the corner, because it is experimental, yes. It is innovative, yes. But it's also unfamiliar, unusual, and sometimes a bit too avant-garde for what really, I guess, is what will work for a team. And in this
can't
case,
be like that. You can't do art dirty. Wait, one sec. You can't do art dirty like that. Oh my god. This is why artists only become famous after they die. Did anyone care about Van Gogh before he died? No. Picasso, I'm not too sure, but you know, it's a heartbreak there.
I mean, well, it's Frey who finds death here. Fortunately for him, that means he should have a bit more, I guess, popularity points in the end, if that's how it really works. But the blade comes out in the right moment for Neff to punish, and Artin's gonna find his own punishment. ONIC, man, Severine, he gets 3, but it's down to the 1v1. Styron has got time to burn, but Elmibor, he doesn't. He's gonna have to go at this ham. Maybe if he gets a lucky wallbang, maybe if he gets peeked here, but it's not gonna come. The time is up, and Styron finds him stifling here the round for ONIC with a great performance.
But in essence, one thing the Yoru can do is emulate what the Chamber does well. You know, the rendezvous, the gate crash, teleport abilities, and just a quick way to rotate if ever. So great play there from Neff. We're finally seeing an element of why they're playing this Yoru at the very least. The only problem right now is the scoreline is looking very overwhelming, and we'll see if Gaimin Gladiators can use that momentum to push on forward. But the Clash of Chambers, Frey's the one who gets that takedown. Monyet down below though, and ONIC absolutely stifled here. They're gonna get the plant, but because of the suppress, they're unable to really peek out and try and make those trades work. So Gaimin Gladiators, a man advantage, they have the position. It's all about that retake here. Nice rotation though. Keep an eye out on Severine. The backstab can be true here for the side of ONIC. And here comes towards the doorway, but misses them. The timing, the smoke is in the way. And he slashes the one. Here, gonna get on the board. It's DC still onside. We have Monyet. We got Severine. And really a roll call here for the side of ONIC. It's class right now. In time for ONIC. The session is through, and it's the Philippines side, here the APAC side. We get glimpses of it every time we get into this regional stage. But it's crazy to think the team that forewent a whole stage is now at this level.
Wow.
Incredible play, but incredibly done here by Gaimin to start things off as they get Neff and Frey. Oh my Frey! That is just absolutely sublime from him. 3 in the middle, all the control in the world, and Neff now with the surprise. Perhaps though,
He came up big with a
lights-
headhunter and got the dead eye on him, landing every shot that he took. ONIC still got a bunch of cushions to work with. They don't force anything up here, but to your point a while ago, yeah, Monyet has a really important job. He's basically like that human recon dart. Severine and Elmi Moore making the sheriff's work here. Seems like the law is alive and true out in the Wild West. As ONIC equalize things up on these bandits that are the Gaimin Gladiators.
I like the adjustment here from ONIC. They have to know now that they cannot let that gate crash too. They cannot not spot basically that teleporting beacon and allow Neff to do them dirty from closer angles. Case in point, always voted with the sheriff's double stack even. There's like a totem right now here for the side of ONIC. Monyet also getting on the board. Frey though, a great angle to go up close, but the damage has been done. It's 4v2. Dangerous waters here for the side of Gaimin. At least Styron has bought in a life raft to keep the last two afloat. But Elmi Moore, you know his name, you fear his aim, and he's coming right behind you. SD Slasher will get a takedown. Frey the only one left, and ONIC has done Gaimin dirty here with the
entirety of Asia, not APAC, Asia. And because of just his great game sense, coordination, and as well as basically mechanical skill, he's able to make those type of holds work out, at least going 1-for-1 when he shouldn't. And now it's Gaimin Gladiators who are in a really tough spot. Damage done here early towards mid-pizza, but that might be late considering he's going to have some free delivery given away. As Elmi Moore, he's taking some damage, but he's falling back. He can still get a kill here. The swing coming from Neff is going to connect. He gets that one, but Severine quick on the trade. Severine holding things back, but they can't cross. Not too eagerly because Severine's making sure that's going to be a bit stifled. Smoke out here to let Styron cross down. They have the sight, but within it, Shiro's going to get found out. Getting caught out with utility. His hands up, not expecting to fight.
But Monyet coming in close, Arten right beside him, swinging him wildly. It does become advantage here for Gaimin Gladiators so far. They were able to hold things down a little bit for the side of ONIC with Severine, but Gaimin decided to hit that green light and just go for it, especially since the Spectres are into play. But NC Slasher, yet again, able to just murder one towards the site. Turns on around, could have been perfect timing for Arten. No. It's gonna be a reset towards the speedway instead. Different angle, any angle. NC Slasher looking to just take a slice out of Gaimin Gladiators paychecks here. And Arten in the boathouse holding things down, but not looking right in front of him.
We've got rounds to give and rounds to play. Here's another one of them. Eco here by ONIC. Try and build up some bank, but Frey can make early contact. If he can find the kill, this is huge. What NC Slasher does, untraded, it doesn't go. As Arten there immediately pop flash out, but he's blinded. Still gets killed here by Styron, peeking on that fight. And Arten to close the door here on any attempts from ONIC in this round. This should be Gaimin Gladiators getting a fifth.
Yeah, it was a good flash, but the thing is, when you're that close and you get sprayed, you're bound to get hit anyway. The probability, well, it's a high percentage shot, and speaking of percentage, this time, 80% of Gaimin Gladiators, their teamwork is exceptional when they can group up. They have this just chemistry with one another, wherein they understand, okay, what's the angle I can hold, what's the angle you can hold, and what's the sightline we can work with together to make these trades work. So, really, signs of life here for Gaimin right now. The heartbeat is still there. ONIC, they want to flatline that as soon as possible. And not only do they have the guns, they also have that Cosmic Divide. Keep an eye out though for Frey. Tour de Force is out and about. Gaimin now trying to make the Siege of A work. It starts with the Nightfall.
Nightfall connects. Nightmares abound, but you don't want to take this to another dream. Even in a dream, Hunter still hunts. In this case, ONIC, they're looking for their prey on that B site, but they've slowed things down, making sure they've tracked the proper steps right. 0 man here, 0 point rather out, and it's going to connect, but Elmi Moore doesn't matter. He gets a third kill going his way, crumbling down. Gaimin Gladiators, nothing they can do to try and take this. as he holds on, and the fort is solidified here by ONIC, especially from Elmi who wants even more. But yet, no monkey business around as Severine severs any intent
whatsoever
from
by
the game.
using that round because it's all the way on the other side, and Frey with the tour de force there couldn't really keep up with the pace because it's ONIC who have the closer angles and just the perfect read of what was going on. It's like if ONIC was really in that Trojan War, perhaps it could have changed history there in the making. Just not gonna buy the snake oil there being sold by Gaimin. Now, they're looking for that final destination, the promised land of a map win. Elmi Moore, he starts things off strong here, black and blue, but Frey does find the answer. That's a big pick off here for the side of Gaimin. Elmi Moore has been the bane of their existence so far with his precision, and at least now, Gaimin can get in position towards that B site if ever.
To find Elmi Moore, that could be the Achilles heel here of ONIC. Gaimin Gladiators, they hit that part, they hit that mark, could allow them to win this round, and that is looking quite possibly so. With them crawling up here towards the B site and no one really defending it on ONIC, it should be a B site that ONIC are prepared to play retake for. They've got blades, but not much else here on the ONIC side. On the push, look at this pop flash out. Dizzy, no, punishing that. Severine, not really good for anything. I mean, not even good to find a kill. I don't mean to be extra mean, but yes, there it is.
I was like, that's a little harsh, man.
Yeah, I realize it might have been taken too personal, but I meant in the round, yes.
There. It's okay, we understand. But right now, we understand Gaimin is towards that B side. They have the spike down, so post plant will be foregone conclusion. Monyet trying to ready the dash, but Frey again, no fear whatsoever. Null command is the answer. Apparently, the uses really of this KO can be apparent here, my friend. Easy just holding close as much as possible, trying to inflict that suppression here. Paranoia also thrown. Gaimin now. A last stand towards the site, and I believe for ONIC, the call here is now to play for exits. They can afford to lose the round, but truly Gaimin not really the best situation economically. Shiro, though, has been spotted. There we have the wall back. Artin trying to TP on away, but that's just a little too late. Because, never mind.
We're gonna have to go until he gets Frey. You see her point connects on him, and rather on the opposing side, and he's gonna make Elmi Moore have to back off, but he still gets a kill through the smoke, I believe, here on the Dizzy. Trying to walk on out, just stepping away, finds that head, could find even more, but the peek here from Frey gonna connect. Great Nightfall to try and cut the noise, and there's no real marks to be made. 4v4, the site is theirs, and another retake situation is gonna come in, Dex.
Yeah. One of the reasons why Elmi Moore gets away with those smoke headshot kills is just he's so level with any kind of angle he needs. He knows where the headshot will be against the opposition. But beyond that, the placements here for Gaimin, the side take yet again looking very incredible. And in the 4v4 situation, it's still a possibility, but watch out because Monyet is coming at you. King Kong Comet ready to go for the rampage. And Monyet already with the first, finds the second even. Monkey C, Monkey 2, Monyet will try to go for all of you. Arthur now the only one left. Severine will sever his head away. And this is it. ONIC G, just all good, all ready, and all in for this map. 30-60
position that they bring here. I mean, it's tried and true. It's a standard comp that you might see on this map, but for very good reason. But the Paranoia here connects. Dizzy still able to fend off Severine, who's trying to go for a bit of ambitiousness, but that doesn't find much. He does do damage and does get information, but the spike is rotating all the way towards the C site. Luckily here for ONIC, though, Shiro holding off that flank. He's got a rendezvous to back out. If he gets a kill here, that's going to be huge, but Frey tears him apart, not even realizing he was there, but gets a peek on and wins out anyways. DZ falling on back, but Bonyet's going to get a trade on him. Frey's going to get that kill on the anti-slasher all the way towards the opposing side, and everything going on the downhill here for ONIC is Gaimin Gladiators. They find themselves in a 4v2 in a very advantageous post-plant situation. Arden finds a kill. The last one will go his way as well, as Bonyet can't do anything here, hopping on the round as a Gaimin Gladiators.
As per usual. So here we go again. Gaimin Gladiators now looking to find at least the approval and the roar of the crowd. These guys trying to put on a show and trying to show that each side is theirs for conquest. Quick little dash on it, but Severin, a nice distraction. Monyet on the board, and ONIC G looking to be the eco kings of APAC right now, because these guys are just such a surprise everywhere and anywhere. The speed can kill, and Monyet can do even
round
better
now
than
finally
that.
here coming to the fourth, as the Gaimin Gladiators trying to aggress here towards that A main position, but they're fended off by the lobby guards themselves initially. It's ONIC. They take control of it with a mere smoke, and that's enough to dissuade here any potential pushes from the MYSG side for now.
Yeah, security is looking tight here towards that A heist, if ever. But the fact that Gaimin got so many kills towards that B site in that last round has effectively reset the economy in a way. ONIC will not be able to build up the bank that they want after stealing that second round. And for Gaimin, if they can be decisive on a round like this, then things can be back into equilibrium, even tip the scales a bit more in their favor. But Elmimore, the favor of God is with his hand. Every time he pulls that trigger, an angel sings, and a headshot will connect basically from the side of ONIC Sova. Not only that though, Gaimin now trying to make the split push work. Fast lane though in the way. Look at the cover it can provide, and it's so cheeky. Since the boxes are there, there's small little holes that you can shoot from, and Elmimore will take advantage one more time. Decisive shots here from ONIC.
30 seconds
Quick
left.
little jump fake. Now trying to go for wall bangs, but he is ready now with the aftershock, flushing Elmimore out. A great use of the breach utility, but the stun is ready. ONIC setting
One
up the
enemy
field,
remaining.
and they're just ready now for the
Spike down
execution.
A.
A coup de grace here from NC Slasher to get the final 3 there. And it's ONIC, speaking of threes, getting their third round.
I think because it's more like how many kills he actually get to the headshot. So half of his kills were
Oh,
with the
okay,
headshot,
okay.
not
Yes.
half of his kills. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
It's
thank you.
very.
I am enlightened.
Yes. It's very. I thought the same thing too at first. I was like,
So
"What? That's
half
crazy."
of his kills were all headshots, but now the headshots do come from Monyet instead. A quick expedition towards the side of Gaimin Gladiators, and they are looking to take Rome by Christmas here. But DZ now with a dash on in, Blazestorm out and about. The blind is true. Elmimore can't see what's going on, and it's DZ right now making sure that it's all nausea here in the side of ONIC. But Shiro and NC Slasher do fight one back and get back the balance of the round. 3v2 scenario. Have a plant here for Cyron.
Spike
ONIC
planted.
from above. Try to make this operator work. Cyron, if he steps wrong, he will be dead to rights, but Shiro can't get connection. NC Slasher now, the next one on this plate, but Ness will get the kill as soon as the low command is there. Distraction though, the pulses are still on point, and ONIC G, yet again making it work. NC Slasher though, that was such a cheap peek, especially with the null command being primed as soon as possible. I'm not too sure Black and Blue, but did he pop that Seems like as they're soon as getting he outpaced yet again? Only problem really here for Gaimin is they're unable to play the style that they want to in the first place. ONIC has just taken the reins of this series and have never let go ever since that first round. And look at the guns though already for ONIC. And Odin even from Elmimore. If he still gets headshots with this thing, just goes to show that he deserves the title of headshot machine. But quick little relocation here from Shiro. It's an interesting rotation actually here, Black and Blue, while we have some time for ONIC. Sometimes it's Shiro playing the chamber, sometimes it's Severin, sometimes it's Elmimore. It really depends on the smokes and the map that they're playing all together. But ONIC now preparing here for this C defense. We do have the relocation though of Monyet. This can be better timing here for the side of Gaimin, but suddenly the dart is coming their way. Severin now climbing the paranoia, and Frey will get the first one there, but Monyet catching DZ as he still holds from the CT angle. Rolling Thunder, though the play, flushing ONIC out. Hunter's Fury now to try and stem the tide, but Gaimin now a limbo rock to get away from the lightning. In the end, Hunter's Fury can't get the confirmation. Just a bit of chip damage done.
30 seconds left.
Gaimin Gladiators
Spike
able to
planted.
force post plant, but suddenly ONIC is right there. No time to breathe whatsoever because ONIC is right in front of your faces. Frey now, the only one left in the cubby, trying to hold it down with the lockdown. Someone needs to break that, and that man will be NC Slasher. ONIC G, there was a glimmer of hope for their opposition, but they are able to snuff out that ember as quickly as possible.
And they were so proficient at making sure they weren't getting caught out by
Legendary
the
tails don't happen. Shiro though already with the tour de force,
Wow.
and the action immediately on us as soon as we get back from the replay. Play is on, and now it's a 2-for-2 trade after everything's said and done. Hunter's Fury was at least there by Elmimore, and because of that tour de force kill, that allowed really that slow field to become such a big bother for the side of Gaimin Gladiators. Effectively though, calm after the storm. The damage has already been brewed, and it's Gaimin Gladiators now looking for a relief fan. They still have DZ, they still have Arton, but they're just walking now perhaps towards the sightlines of that A sites. And it gets so dicey when ONIC decides to just call for the engagement as soon as possible. Gaimin Gladiators, they didn't expect that to come as soon as possible. And, well, Elmimore, He's waiting. A single pixel, all he needs. Tries to aim it towards the head. Doesn't really get it. Shock dart, though. That might be perfect, and Arton will go down. DC, single bullet perhaps will take him down, and that's it. 10-2. ONIC at the Flyers. Same position. And it's the perfect time to make that comeback run now. It's improbable, but still, it's possible, and the accomplishment itself looking to be absolutely stellar if ever that's the case. Gaimin though, that defense double stack towards C. You have DZ now looking towards shorts, and ONIC is just waiting if ever Gaimin will go at them before they come with the blades.
ONIC. They can plant themselves here. That's going to be very difficult for Gaimin Gladiators to retake if they do get that plant off, because of how ONIC have proven to be just one of the best post-plant teams we've seen here today and so far in this entire stage for the APAC scene. They go into this A site. It's going to be under siege, and the alpha players are going to have a lot to do to try and fend them off, but that's DZ getting the job done early on. Shiro, though, quick trade, expecting that, as he knew he was there. Styron also gets a kill going his way. And Neff will do more, even that double. He finds a defensive hold here from the Gaimin Gladiators. They're looking to win another pistol, unless Shiro's got something to say about
30
it. But
seconds left.
no matter what he says, the ultimate absolute rule will be set in here by the Gaimin Gladiators, who have a 4v1. Could find his pick, and that he does on the Styron. Finds a second, okay! But won't last too long as Neff secures the round before it gets too deadly out for their sake. Peeking here on A long. Oh, getting across safely for the meantime on Yet, but shoots the recon out, and that gives away their intention. I don't think that was worthwhile to shoot out, honestly. Gives away the fact that there's an op, and a lot of times the best thing about an op is getting that opening pick without them realizing there's an op still.
Yeah, until you see them on the scoreboard. I think that's the biggest surprise you want to do. But ONIC, since they got that intel, they intellectually move towards that B site, and that's already them going down. Frey also viciously going at it with no jiggle. Back on the way. The thing for Monyet is he is walking into the firing range of Gaimin Gladiators. The alarm bot getting that detection, but it's Frey who sees him coming. 4v4 scenario now. Severin trying to get towards that C site. The smoke now dissuading his push, implying presence by the Omen nearby. So instead, ONIC now over towards B. They are getting a bit of that A-link control, but it's a little dangerous here, Black and Blue, because DZ is still there. If Gaimin Gladiators can get a right pinch, they can make this retake work.
But look at Severin here from the flank. He could catch out these players here towards that C-link position, namely Styron and Frey if they're not careful. Severin, he finds a droning Styron. Now that gives away that he is there and will allow them to control that C-link, but Hero finds Frey. Everything crumbling here on the attack, and the Porcupine Tree plants itself, anesthetizing the Gaimin Gladiators.
ONIC G, they are on match point. They have looked commanding so far in this group. They want to continue on with that momentum towards the playoffs. Will they be the first ones in? That's the question. Shiro now holding right outside the double doors. Gaimin Gladiators this time. Whatever they can afford. Blades available. Rifles into play. But Shiro drawing first blood. And that might just be one wound Gaimin Gladiators can't heal from.
Severin draws even more. They're going to need some sort of backup here to be able to bring this one back, and some heroics as well to be able to pull it off. The Gladiators, final bout for them possibly here in this series. Neff is going to have to come in big. He's got full utility, and he can get his Rolling Thunder if he gets his kill, and that he does. One orb away from the Rolling Thunder, which could change up the pace of this entire round. The picks here, oh my goodness, Neff, he almost finds a second on the Severin. He's taking lots of damage in that intent. They now know there's one on the backside. Fault line out, but it's not going to connect as Severin has repositioned already to the default and backs away even further in the garage. This gives them a flanking opportunity. The plant here is so difficult to try and force away. DZ's able to get the kill to equalize things up 3-2, but Severin on that flank once more. It's a big problem for him to deal with. He calls out the God of Thunder, conditioning them to try and defuse, but that's to no avail, as ONIC secure the game in a very decisive 2-0.
Monyet smites the opposition, and Destiny